Hello everyone, welcome to Kansas Future. Hey Chiefs fans. Let's take a moment to reflect on how far this team has come over the past few seasons. We've been living in a golden era of Kansas City football, Super Bowl victories, playoff dominance. It's been an incredible ride. At the center of it all is Patrick Mahomes, doing things no one else in the league can even dream of. But it's not just Mahomes. Andy Reid's brilliant coaching and the team's offensive firepower have made the Chiefs a dynasty in the making. We've witnessed dazzling comebacks, unforgettable moments, and a level of consistency that most teams can only envy. Yet, even dynasties have their cracks. Nobody's invincible, right? The Chiefs have faced their share of struggles, from injuries to tough opponents finding ways to exploit their weaknesses. As we look ahead to the next season, it's clear there are areas the team needs to improve to stay on top. So, here's a question for you. What's been your favorite Chiefs moment from the last few seasons? Was it Mahomes' 13-second magic against the Bills, or maybe the Super Bowl 54 victory? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what stands out for you. Now, as we dive into some of the challenges the Chiefs might face next season, remember, even the best teams need to evolve to stay ahead. Stick around because we're just getting started. Let's talk about one of the most critical parts of any football team, the offensive line. For the Chiefs, this unit has been the backbone of the offense, keeping Patrick Mahomes upright and giving him time to work his magic. But looking ahead to next season, there are some real concerns here. One issue is age. Key players, especially on the left side, are getting older, and with age comes the risk of decline. Add injuries into the mix, and things can get dicey quickly. We've all seen how crucial a solid offensive line is during Super Bowl runs. When the line holds, Mahomes thrives. But when it doesn't, well, we all remember that tough Super Bowl 55 loss to the Buccaneers when Mahomes was running for his life. Another concern is depth. Injuries happen. It's football after all. The question is, does Kansas City have the right backups to step in when needed? Right now, it's not looking like a sure thing. Sure, the team could address these issues in the draft or free agency, but replacing experienced veterans is never easy. So, what's the solution? Some fans think the Chiefs should focus on drafting young, athletic linemen who can develop into long-term starters. Others argue for targeting seasoned free agents who can step in immediately. What about you? Who do you think the Chiefs should prioritize? Rookies or proven veterans? Drop your thoughts in the comments. As we move forward, keep in mind that protecting Mahomes isn't just about the offensive line. It's about maintaining the rhythm of an offense that has become one of the most dangerous in the league. Next, let's shift gears to the other side of the ball, the defense, and look at how it can step up to match the offense's success. While the Chiefs' offense often gets the spotlight, we both know that a strong defense can be the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. Looking back at last season, there were moments when the defense shined, but there were also glaring issues with depth and consistency. Here's the deal. Injuries happen, and when they do, a team's depth is put to the test. Unfortunately, the Chiefs have sometimes struggled when backups or younger players had to step into big roles. This lack of depth, especially in key areas like the pass rush and secondary, has left the defense vulnerable at crucial moments. Take pass coverage, for example. While the Chiefs have solid starters, the drop-off in performance when injuries hit is noticeable. The same can be said for the run defense. Opposing teams have exploited these weaknesses, and without improvements, this could become a recurring problem next season. So, what's the solution? Building depth takes time and smart decision-making, whether through the draft, free agency, or developing existing players. But there's a fine line. Should the Chiefs focus on grooming young talent or bring in experienced veterans who can deliver immediately? I want to hear from you. What's your take on the Chiefs' defense? Which area do you think needs the most attention? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to Total Chiefs. Your support helps us keep these conversations going and reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Up next, we'll look beyond the Chiefs and talk about the rising competition in the AFC West. Trust me, this is where things start to get even more interesting. Let's talk about the AFC West. For years, the Chiefs have ruled this division, but every dynasty faces challenges, and now the competition is heating up. Teams like the Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders aren't just sitting back, they're making moves to close the gap. Take the Chargers, for example. With a young, talented quarterback like Justin Herbert and some key off-season acquisitions, they're positioning themselves as a serious threat. The Broncos, after landing their own star talent, are determined to rebound. Even the Raiders, despite their inconsistencies, have made aggressive moves to stay relevant in this arms race. What does that mean for the Chiefs? It means no game in the division will be a walk in the park. A tough schedule within the AFC West could add extra pressure to perform consistently week in and week out. It's not just about talent, it's about staying sharp, healthy, and prepared for anything. So here's a question for you. Which AFC West team do you see as the biggest threat to the Chiefs next season? Is it the Chargers with their growing firepower, or maybe the Broncos finally putting the pieces together? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As we gear up for the final chapter, we'll take a step back and look at the bigger picture, the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead for the Chiefs. Stick around because it's time to wrap this up with a look at what's next for our team. Alright, we've covered a lot: offensive line concerns, defensive depth, and the rising competition in the AFC West. Now it's time to step back and look at the road ahead for the Chiefs. What's clear is that while this team is still among the NFL's elite, there's no room for complacency. The challenges are real. Protecting Mahomes is priority number one, and bolstering the offensive line will be key to maintaining the offense's explosive rhythm. On defense, adding depth and consistency can help turn those close games into decisive wins. And let's not forget the competition. Every AFC West rival is coming for the throne, but challenges also bring opportunities. The Chiefs have an incredible core of talent led by Mahomes and a front office that knows how to build a winning team. Smart moves in the draft and free agency could fill the gaps we've talked about, while strategic adjustments on the field can keep this team ahead of the curve. Here's where you come in. What do you think is the single biggest move the Chiefs need to make this offseason? Is it drafting a standout offensive lineman, strengthening the secondary, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Total Chiefs and turn on notifications. Your support helps us keep these conversations going and brings us closer to our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Together, we're building a community of Chiefs fans who bleed red and gold. Thanks for watching, and here's to an exciting season ahead. Sad the Kansas City Chiefs just made the perfect signing to help their offense. We're going to break it all down along with 3 other big stories in today's video. Make sure to like this video, and if you want more Kansas City Chiefs news and content, hit that red subscribe button down below. Chiefs sign familiar face to replace injured kicker. The Kansas City Chiefs special teams unit has been hit hard by injuries in recent weeks, with replacement kicker Spencer Sher sidelined for the defending Super Bowl champions Week 13 matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. General Manager Brett Veach called on a familiar face to fill the gap. On Tuesday, the Chiefs announced the signing of veteran kicker Matthew Wright. Some fans may remember Wright from his 2 previous stints with Kansas City in 2022. Wright is a seasoned journeyman, having played for 9 teams across the NFL and XFL. Although the Chiefs would prefer to have Harrison Butker available for Friday's game against Las Vegas, the coaching staff can be confident that Wright's experience will be a valuable asset. Pro Bowler Kareem Hunt could leave Chiefs for Saints. The Kansas City Chiefs have been piecing together their offense this season, and an unlikely reunion has played a pivotal role. Running back Kareem Hunt, who returned to the Chiefs after a 5-year absence, has been crucial in keeping their offense afloat. In 8 games, Hunt has rushed for 577 yards and 5 touchdowns. Hunt's career has been a roller coaster since his Pro Bowl rookie season in 2017. After an 8-game suspension in 2018 following an incident where he shoved and kicked a woman, Hunt spent 5 years as the Cleveland Browns' backup. In 2024, he's revitalized his career with the Chiefs, stepping up after Isaiah Pacheco suffered a broken leg. With Pacheco expected to return this week, Hunt's future with Kansas City is uncertain. Chris Knox of Bleacher Report predicts Hunt may sign with the New Orleans Saints as a backup for Alvin Kamara in 2025. With the Saints potentially cutting Jamal Williams to save cap space, Hunt could join on a team-friendly deal, giving him a chance to continue his NFL career as a reliable short yardage back. Patrick Mahomes fined for violent gesture. During TD celebration, Patrick Mahomes, the dynamic quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, is making headlines for something other than his on-field brilliance. After a hard-fought loss to the Buffalo Bills, Mahomes was fined $4,699 by the NFL for an alleged violent gesture during a touchdown celebration. During the celebration, Mahomes pointed both hands in a gesture interpreted by the league as mimicking guns. While it seemed like a harmless action, the NFL deemed it inappropriate, citing its increasing sensitivity to gestures that could be seen as promoting violence. The fine has sparked debate, particularly because Mahomes is one of the league's most marketable and influential players. Many view this as the NFL setting an example, even for its biggest stars, to reinforce its stance on unsportsmanlike behavior. AFC West competition heating up. For years, the Chiefs have dominated the AFC West, but their divisional rivals are closing the gap. The Chargers, led by young quarterback Justin Herbert, have made key off-season acquisitions to become serious contenders. The Broncos, bolstered by star talent, are looking to rebound, while the Raiders continue to make aggressive moves to stay competitive. No game in the division will be a walk in the park for Kansas City. A tough AFC West schedule adds pressure to perform consistently and stay healthy throughout the season. What's next for the Chiefs? As the Chiefs continue their march toward another championship, the road ahead will be challenging but full of opportunities. Protecting Mahomes, shoring up depth on defense, and navigating a tough AFC West will be key to maintaining their dominance. Your take? What's your opinion on today's stories? Was the Matthew Wright signing the right move? Do you think Kareem Hunt will stay in Kansas City, or will he head to the Saints? And what's your take on Mahomes' fine? Fair or over the top? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Total Chiefs to stay updated on all things Kansas City football. Together, we're building a community of Chiefs fans who bleed red and gold. Thanks for watching, and here's to another exciting season. The NFL cracks down on celebrations, Mahomes fined for violent gesture. From an outsider's perspective, Patrick Mahomes' celebratory gesture, pointing his fingers in a manner some interpreted as mimicking guns, seemed harmless. After all, gestures and expressions of excitement have been integral to sports celebrations for decades, often without malice or ill intent. However, the NFL, in its ongoing effort to maintain a standard of decorum and avoid any actions that could be seen as promoting violence or a negative image, decided the gesture crossed a line. At a time when the league is under intense scrutiny regarding player conduct on and off the field, this fine appears to be part of a broader effort to prevent controversy, regardless of content. For Mahomes, the fine is unlikely to be a significant financial or emotional burden. As one of the highest paid athletes in sports history, the $14,409 fine represents a small fraction of his earnings. However, the incident has sparked debate about the NFL's policies on celebrations and how they're being interpreted. The key question is whether this fine will serve as a warning to players that celebratory gestures are under tighter scrutiny, or if it will be viewed as an isolated incident. Moving forward, will the league consistently enforce these standards across all players, or will stars like Mahomes face heightened monitoring? This moment highlights the thin line between exuberance and what the league deems inappropriate. While Mahomes is unlikely to be shaken by the fine, it raises questions about how the NFL enforces its policies and whether the same level of scrutiny applies to all players. Chiefs sign veteran tackle DJ Humphries, how he fits in Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs have made a critical move to strengthen their offensive line by signing free agent tackle DJ Humphries. The deal, which is expected to be worth up to $4.5 million for the rest of the season, comes at a pivotal time for the Chiefs as they address struggles at the left tackle position. Humphries, a 6'5" veteran with a Pro Bowl selection in 2021, was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft. Go Chiefs! And guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment. See you in the next video.